Hey GearFacts friends, welcome to what will be my final installment about the Casio MZ-X300. In this video what I want to do is run you through some custom styles that were provided by Brad Lee. Thank you Brad for sending those to GearFacts. And I also want to show you some advanced synth sounds that I've made. This was as far as I felt that I could push this synthesizer, so you can be the judge of how good that is. And then I'll conclude with, I guess, a final summary of my thoughts and feelings about this keyboard and what kind of user would like it and what kind of user wouldn't like it. Okay, first off, let's listen to Brad's rhythms. Bit of an awkward camera angle here, but this will give you an idea of what's on the screen and what's going on with the transport controls here. So, starting with clap pop. Okay, so that's the first of the user beats, and you can see there that all the variations and fill-ins are programmable. I do love this fade-out function. It's unique as far as I'm aware to the MZ series, and it's really handy. Let's go into lip sync. Sounds great. Let's see if Brad's done an intro for us. So very long intros available. Next one's called Baby Stone. Some very strong tom-tom sounds. Brass Motown. I'm going to turn the accompaniment on. Break function certainly was a break. There was absolute silence in there. Moving on to Drunk Soul. We'll start with our intro. I like those flanged drum rolls too, they work pretty well. Feel Funk's the next one. Intro. Disco. walk reggae. And a good note to finish on there. Alright, now some user synth sounds. Let's see what this guy can do. Notice how melodic you can make the modulation and pitch bend controls. So there are some examples of its synthesizer quality. Like I said, this is about as hard as I could push the MZ-X300. And the fact is, none of the sounds really blow you away. For the price of this synthesizer, you could buy a 6 or 7 year old workstation and be blown away instantly out of the box. And while it's impressive in some respects, it is pretty difficult to program. It takes a long time to navigate the menus, even though at first it seems quite user-friendly. To be fair, what we haven't covered in this video, and I have covered in previous videos, is things like the drawbar system and the presets. Things like the piano sounds are pretty staggering. The piano is just amazing, organs are amazing, a lot of the string sounds, none really of the synth sounds. Drum sounds are good. Again, as discussed in previous videos, the inclusion of sampling is brilliant, and the general physical layout of controls is good, but its integration with the software is a bit clunky. As you can see, the processor is clearly having trouble keeping up. I think it might have been better if Casio had just stuck with a more simple backlit mono screen rather than the advanced and impressive looking graphical user interface. But my initial impression is the same as my final conclusion with this keyboard. If you want to play classic rock sounds like drawbar organs, really impressive pianos and guitar sounds with ultra realism, then there's no doubt that the MZ-X300 has a lot to offer. If you want to take it a step further though and be futuristic and modern, I think you'll find yourself a little bit disappointed with this keyboard. On the physical side, the layout's pretty good. The speakers are really impressive. I don't like this high gloss finish here. It's guaranteed to get really dirty. I had to clean all the fingerprints off this before I started this demo, particularly around the screen, because it is a touch screen and you'll end up with greasy fingerprints just everywhere, no matter how clean your hands are. I love the inclusion of USB on the side here. I think that's really user-friendly. Headphone socket at the front, I definitely love that. And overall, it's just a nice looking package, but it just doesn't speak to me. I really have tried to like this keyboard, but I think I'll pass and move on to the next one. That's not to say that you will though, because you may love it. And I'll summarize it one more tedious time. If you are all about traditional sounds, then this keyboard won't disappoint. If you're all about getting extremely creative and possibly coming up with a whole new concept or idea or shape in your music, then you'll find little to pique your interest in the MZ-X300. Thanks for watching my final Casio MZ-X300 video. Thanks to Bradley for submitting those rhythms for me to play. It saved me composing some for myself. And I look forward to seeing you on the next Gear Facts video. Please like, comment, or subscribe, especially with the comments, guys. I'd be very interested to hear what you all think about this very well-equipped, somewhat sterile keyboard.